I want to show you something today. No complicated accelerators, no advanced strategies, no special circumstances. Just one woman, one mortgage, and what happens when she structures it intentionally, and what happens when she doesn't. The most common thing I hear when I sit down with someone for the first time, I feel like I should be further ahead by now. And what I found almost every single time, that it's not about income. It's not about discipline. It's not even about the market. And it's definitely not about the interest rates. It's about structure. It's about strategy. So today, I'm going to walk you through the Smith Maneuver, the most straightforward version of it, nothing fancy. And I will show you how 20 years of consistent execution actually looks like on a completely realistic Canadian mortgage. Now, let's get into it. Meet Sarah. She's 38. She has a $380,000 mortgage left on her home, and she earns about $95,000 a year. She's very responsible with that money, and she's not carrying a lot of bad debt. She has essentially no investment portfolio yet, but she's doing everything right. She's just not doing anything strategic with the biggest asset that she owns. That's where the Smith Maneuver comes in. So as a refresher, the Smith Maneuver is a strategy that uses readvanceable mortgage. That's a mortgage with a built-in home equity line of credit to gradually convert your non-deductible mortgage debt into a tax-deductible investment loan. Now, here's the simple version of how it works. Every month, Sarah makes her regular mortgage payment. Part of that payment goes towards principal, and some of it goes towards interest. As the principal portion gets paid down, that same amount becomes available again on her home equity line of credit. Now, instead of leaving that money sitting there, she borrows it back out immediately and invests it in something like a dividend-paying investment, an index fund, or wherever she and her investment advisor have chosen. Now, the interest on the borrowed funds on that home equity line of credit, because it's being used to invest, is now tax deductible, which means every year she's generating tax savings that she wouldn't have had otherwise. And she can take those savings and put them back into the mortgage as a prepayment, which frees up more room on the line of credit, which then she continues to invest again. That loop, month after month, year after year. That's the strategy. It doesn't require higher income. It doesn't require more savings. It uses the mortgage and the equity that she already has. Now, let's look at the numbers. This is Sarah without the Smith Maneuver. She makes her payments, she pays down her mortgage, her home hopefully appreciates, and at the end of her 25-year amortization, her house is her primary asset. And that's essentially it. There's nothing wrong with that picture. A paid down mortgage and a valuable home is not a bad outcome. But let's see what changes when we layer in the strategy. Look at that difference. Same mortgage, same income, same monthly payments, same house. Nothing's changed. The only thing that has changed is where that money goes after the principal comes down each month. At year 10, Sarah's investment portfolio, built entirely from the equity that would otherwise be sitting doing nothing, is now valued over $126,000. At year 15, it's worth $235,000. At year 25, for the life of her mortgage that she's been investing the equity as it becomes available, has grown to a net worth of over $500,000. The difference between the two scenarios is huge. And that is not a difference in income. It's not a difference in lifestyle. It's only a difference in structure and strategy. Now let's talk about the tax piece. I'm not a tax accountant. I'm a mortgage agent and a Smith Manoeuvre certified professional. So this is not tax advice, but this is where it matters most to keeping it simple. One of the things that the Smith Maneuver does that most people don't expect is create tax efficiencies over time. Because the HELOC borrowing is being used to invest, the interest on it is tax deductible. Sarah is going to see tax savings or refunds every single year that she would not have otherwise had. And those savings can go right back into the strategy. I'm not going to get into the exact refund amount today because that's a number that's going to look different for every single person depending on their income, their province, and their full tax picture. That's a conversation for you and your accountant. What the calculator does show us is the cumulative tax savings built into the comparison, and they're a meaningful part of why the two scenarios look so different over time. The tax efficiency isn't a bonus feature, it's structural to how the strategy works. Here's what I want you to take from this. The Smith Maneuver is not a complicated strategy. At its most basic, it is one decision to use the equity your mortgage is already freeing up every single month and put it to work instead of leaving it idle. It doesn't require a different house. It doesn't require you to change how much you're spending every month. It only requires the right mortgage structure, the right setup, and the right discipline to let you run it. And of course, a great Smith Manoeuvre certified professional to help you along the way. Sarah started at 38 with nothing invested. If she runs this strategy consistently for 20 years, She arrives at 58 with a mortgage that's either paid off or close to it, and a portfolio that she built using money that she was already spending. That's not magic, it's math. If you want to see what this looks like on your specific mortgage, your balance, your income, and your timeline, that's exactly what I'm here for. Book a call using the link below and let's chat. And stick around, there is a lot more to come about how to make your mortgage work harder for you. Mortgage Free with Erica V.